Welcome, everyone, to this latest Ask Us Anything.
Hello, everyone.
I'm Paul, he's Wayne, and we
Wayne.
are from the Countdown Movie Interviews podcast. And what we do is once a month we ask our patrons at the right level or above, $5 and above, to ask us questions that they want us to answer. Now, again, to emphasise, we've done no prep.
Nope.
Right? It takes away the fun if we just go away, write our answers, and then refer to them.
But sometimes I wish I did. Yeah.
Well, I want to emphasise something, and I think I said this in the thread to all the people out there. My mother watched this last video. I'm not sure whether any of your family did, Wayne, or obviously some cousins.
My cousins did, but my mother does not know how to use this, so no.
Yeah, so I have to temper my answers now with that in mind, okay? So
Because last time he talked about like doing it, and his mom heard about it, and then she made mention of it to him, and now it's awkward. So.
yes. As you can imagine, that would actually be. So let's kick off with patron Jason Barr, who asked me specifically this question. Paul, what is a James Bond film that you can enjoy? And Wayne, what is a horror film that you can enjoy? I'll go first. Very easy. Straight off the bat, Casino Royale.
No doubt. That's the one everyone loves. Everyone, you
Reboot with Daniel Craig in it is a great film, and it's hard to deny. No one who watches that film can say it's a bad film. It's a good spy film. It's a great action film, and it has pathos and emotion, and therefore it makes...
The best James Bond, do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
Me
say
too.
so.
I would say so as well. Nice work. What is a horror film you can enjoy? You cannot enjoy a horror film.
Fuck off.
All right. If you
Whoa, hold
All right.
on.
So I would say things like that are good, The Conjuring and so on, for example, are good, but I would not call them enjoyable. I wouldn't. So if you're gonna go horror comedy, for me, Ghostbusters. We gonna call that a horror film? No.
on.
All right, fine.
Soft as.
Aliens. You could enjoy that because it's not so bloody
Got
awful.
some horror elements, I guess.
So it's not a horror film? Isn't it?
Yeah,
Not really.
I wouldn't count as a horror
Sci-fi?
film. Yeah, sci-fi action, sci-fi thriller.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Ready or Not. Ready or Not is an
yeah.
enjoyable horror film.
There you
You should definitely go see that if you want to. If you're not used to it.
We got there in the end.
There you are.
Well done, Jason.
Nice one.
Chris Uni said, what is the most ridiculous thing you have ever purchased, and do you regret it? I'll let Wayne think about it.
Because there's so many things.
A very long time to answer this question, whereas I purchased a computer in a better than you could possibly imagine deal online a couple of years ago. And just earlier today, Wayne and I were talking about it, or I mentioned it to Wayne and said, I am selling this piece, not selling, I am scrapping this piece of shit, and I'm buying another one within 2 years of this desktop computer because it fucking shits itself all the time.
It's horrible, and it's the thing he uses to edit. Keep talking. I'm going to grab the thing that I regret buying.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. Can we go? Keep going.
Oh, okay, Vamp. So, first of all, this is brilliant. Wayne has a whole bunch of shit on the back of his door, which has made a lot of noise. I bought this computer online. It was a better than you can imagine deal. Everything that I needed for the show, for everything else. And then they did not send Windows through. They said, we're a little bit behind. We'll send that to you within a week. 2 months later, I was just threatening to go to the ACCC for false advertisement that they weren't going to send me this Windows copy. And eventually they fucking mailed it through saying, this is the last one we've got. We'll just do this. So please, cease and desist. Anyway, this thing crashes all the time. I get the blue screen of death. I have to get into the habit of saving every 2 minutes, everything I do. And then today was the final fucking straw. I was typing the show notes out for today's Top 10 Animated TV series. And it didn't just go blue screen of death. Everything just shut down as if the power just crashed, except it was just for my computer.
Which means you can lose everything.
And then I booted everything back up again. It was all fine. And there was an auto recovery, so I lost about 10 minutes worth of work. But still, dumb. If it's too good to be true, it fucking is.
When tech turns to shit like that and then ruins your life, it makes me very angry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I've made many stupid purchases, especially during lockdown.
I'm trying to see what he's bought.
Okay, this is the thing that I bought, and it's a stupid purchase. All right, ridiculous. And do I regret it? I do not. It's this, everyone. Now, let me show you what this is. All right, this is a it's a training dry fire pistol, and you can shoot. Boom, boom, boom. Little laser beams. Okay, you can't really see, but that's how it works. Okay.
Could you shoot it into the camera?
I could. Boom. Oh, cool. And the gang. All right. See? So not a waste of money, even though it was $300. So I've been using it the whole time because in lockdown, all right, you go around the house and you shoot shit in your house if you live alone like me. And it's quite a lot of fun. You wouldn't think it would be, but you know when you've hit something and it comes to targets that react. So I'm sorry, it's a weird thing, but it is.
That's
one
right.
of
Oh, it
those
has targets that come with it, right?
It does, yeah, and they move when you hit them. So, it's like, I think some of you might understand. Maybe not. There you
All
are.
right. Over to B Dizzle, Billy Dunham from We Watch the Thing podcast. Paul, are you writing anything at the moment? Look, yeah, thanks. That's a good question, Billy, in that I like to fancy myself as a bit of a writer.
He is much the writer.
And the answer is no. I literally have no projects on the go at the moment.
Paul's a little busy with his day job.
Yeah, my day job does take up most of my time, and then
He's a
family
shrink.
and the show and the rest of the show for everything else, and trying to get back into fitness and running again after my knee op. So, no is the answer, straightforward. I hope to correct that one day. It's just eventually you run out of hours.
It's one of those things you get
hours in
to,
the day. In fact,
yeah.
I haven't even played my guitar, which is not my guitar, but here's a reference to it behind me.
Mm-hmm.
In a long, long time, and I even had like 20 or 12 hours to myself, and I still didn't have time to play the guitar. That's how much stuff I have going on.
Oh, yeah.
Wayne.
Yes. What inspires you as an artist? Do you have a routine you follow when you sit down to create? Things that inspire me as an artist are people I've met, things I've dreamed, and ideas I've had that I want to somehow make you feel some way with drawings that I do. And what the routine I follow when you sit down to create is that I turn on Friends or Seinfeld and sit at my sort of like creator studio thing, which is near the big TV in my lounge. And because I don't have to look up to laugh at Friends because I know every episode off by heart, that is what helps me go through and actually sit for hours and draw, which is the only thing I can do for hours. I know you can make a sex joke. You might think about making a sex joke. There's no hours involved. It's minutes. So
Even I knew that was ridiculous.
I know. It's and yeah, there you are. So if anyone's interested, Google Wayne Aruzu art. One word.
Nice. All right. How about you read the next one too?
Okay. Nerdrovert says, there's a movie being made about your lives. Paul, who do you cast to play Wayne? Wayne, who do you cast to play Paul? I got one for you.
Yeah, Mark Dacascos.
Oh, thank you. He's a very good-looking Asian man.
Good-looking Asian man. He's bald. He's probably a little old.
Yeah, he actually was Crying Freeman, and he was a real good-looking guy, and now he looks kind of like me. No, he doesn't really.
Yeah,
but
I think he does.
Yeah, a little bit.
An absolute similarity. A little bit. Like, if we're going for looks, if we're going for character, that's harder.
As a younger man, I would have just been whoever Chandler was. But
I guess it's real George and Seinfeld vibe.
yeah, I mean, let's face it.
You don't look like him at all, but like if I could put his character into Mark Dacascos,
okay,
not his character, that's not right, but
I'm
just
actually pretty happy with that.
his humor, how quick he is, and how dry he is with his humor. I think
And
that's
ridiculous, perhaps. Yes,
not dry is not the right word either. Ridiculously
ridiculous.
over the top.
that's nice. I like that.
It
I like
was
that.
Moops.
Yeah, moops. Yeah, I can do that. Paul is John Cusack.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean young John Cusack,
So
good-looking John
not
Cusack.
fat.
Is he fat?
Well, he's got a bit
Is he a
jowly.
bit? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking like Con Air, John
Yeah,
Cusack.
I'll take that.
No, that's good. You should wear some cream suits sometimes and sandals. Why do you wear sandals and socks in that movie?
Never.
I don't understand the costume decision. Anyway, what are you gonna do?
I think it's meant to emphasize he's a quirky character and
I don't know. I think someone dropped the ball. It's like, did he bring the shoes on set today? No.
verbose.
Yeah, no one would wear sandals and socks and a suit. No one would do that.
But when he's trying to give that guy shit
yes.
for talking too much in the film.
I got it.
Does make me laugh. Okay, John Amenta, do you ever just plain, this is a good question, get tired, let's start again. Do you ever just plain get tired of doing the show sometimes?
No, I actually don't get tired of using, because I actually do love what we do. I just don't always like it. Does that make any sense?
Is it like talk about your kids? I love my kids so much. Oh, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Oh,
I love my kid all the time. I love them so much, but don't like what they've done there sometimes.
Yeah,
Or
it's
the
a little
person
bit
they
like
were
that.
for that moment.
It's purely time management, and just like the fact that it takes the more time you have for the show, the better the show is. So sometimes it's frustrating when you don't have enough time to get stuff done that you want done, or in my case, you're not actually organized enough to get it done. Paul's really good at it. I am not. So it's that's the closest I come to going, I get tired of this show. It's more that it's like, fuck, this isn't going to work out as much as I wanted it to, and then you got to try and play jazz on the day, which works to varying degrees.
I would say the only time I've gotten tired of it is like occasionally we have to record after a long day at work, and you've done your 8, 10, 11 hours, whatever it is, and you've come and then you've got to try and sound fresh and enthused, and there's drinks involved, and
There's like a little, sometimes we do like thing before we actually start the show. Okay, here we go. Energy. Okay, boom, and that's it.
That I found a little tiring. The only time I get tired doing the show is the editing part.
And Paul does way more on this show than I do. He's the
the
actual
post
editor.
production I do. That part's hard. I don't begrudge the time setting up for it, and I certainly don't begrudge the recording of it. I always have a great time.
No, that's always fun.
Doing that part.
In fact, we wouldn't see each other and wouldn't be as good friends if it weren't for the fact that we were seeing each other at least once a week by doing this. So it's well worth it. And if it makes you laugh, I love
It's
that.
a bonus.
I love that. Exactly.
Well, and in my case, it's not just makes laugh. If one of our film recommendations or TV show recommendations has made you find something you really enjoyed, that's
actually the purpose of the show.
thing, yeah.
It's pretty much.
All right, what's the next one, Wayne?
Okay. Etienne Filion Sauvé says, what are your favorite hidden gems in Perth? Talking about places?
I guess so. We didn't specify. I was going to ask that specifying question, but maybe it's just funner to answer it as we have interpreted it. So,
I think I have an answer.
Go for it.
There's a place in Perth called the Jazz Cellar. And it's you have to go down this alley behind a muffler store, and there's this like British like coal box, the red coal box that's stuck in a wall. It says the Jazz Cellar on it. You open that door, and it's immediately a really steep staircase. And as you go down it, there are mannequins dressed in tutus looking at you and pointing at you. Tutus, yeah, they were in tutus. I don't know why. And you go all the way down, and at the bottom of there is this old rustic bar with like pre-war like stuff on the walls, and there's no tables. They're old converted sewing machines and weird stuff. It's very hipster, and you actually don't even pay for alcohol. You bring your own alcohol. You pay $10 at the door. They give you a jelly jar, and you can bring in pizza or any food you want. And the average age of people there is around 50 or so, I would say. And it is a hell of a night. They play ragtime jazz down there. Now, ragtime jazz is hard to sit around and listen to because it's fucking horrible. All right, but the actual
But a hidden gem, actually.
no. The mood of the place, but like you get like sort of like older ladies hanging out, teens saying, "Would you like to share my sandwiches?" and stuff like that. Really cool shit. And I mean actual
Wayne
grandmas. I mean actual grandmas.
likes to share his
not
sandwiches
milfs.
with a lot of
It's not
people.
like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's a total different thing. I knew. As soon as I said it, I knew it.
Yeah, you can't ignore.
But it's unusual and it's really cool, and you know, jazz clubs are nice. I like jazz clubs. What are you gonna do?
Okay, I'll go something very close to home for me,
Please.
and a place which has kind of won awards. So maybe I'm not sure how hidden it is, Etienne, but it's the Dutch trading company DTC's. It's a
The bar near us.
gourmet beer place where they change the taps or they change the kegs every week, and they get them in from all over Australia and all over the world, and you can pay exorbitant amounts of money for
Craft beers.
craft beer, basically, and which is great because it's so close to my home. Probably giving a little bit too much away here, but
Stumble to it.
A, I can walk there within about 1 minute, and B, it means that when the riffraff gets spilled out later on, they don't spill into my area of my house. So when we moved in, it was a different bar, and there was a lot more trouble in the area. Because the prices keep the people out. So it's great. I love it, and thoroughly endorsed to everyone.
Everyone, every week that we do this show, Paul turns up with different beers from there. Here's one.
No, this one's not one. This is just straight from the. Yeah, I already drank that one.
Oh well, they were really cool looking cans. They were like really colorful, and I'm always, what's the design of this one? Because I don't know shit about beer.
Garage Project. Do check out Garage Project. That's normally what I drink when I have the extravagant can.
Okay,
labels.
there you are.
All right, next one.
Next one is from
Jeff Hartley's got 2 questions, so let's go with the first one, and we'll come back if we've got time. If you had to choose, which Avenger would you be?
I mean, is anyone going past Tony Stark?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, in the real world sort of applications, Tony
Okay, so
Stark.
you're talking about which powers would you want?
I guess so.
Well, I don't want to be the Hulk.
No.
Okay. And I don't want to be Vision because he's not a human. If Captain America could somehow not be a bitch, I would like. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just too goody two shoes, and I don't know that you would have a lot of fun.
Let's back up the truck here.
All right, no, listen. This is what it is. Okay, so Captain, shut up.
Stupid but ballsy.
Captain America is awesome, and his movies are the best of all the trilogies, in my
would you like
opinion.
a
In terms
shovel?
of I'm fine with it. But he turns down a lot of good shit that should happen to him. All right.
Good shit.
Well, he is absolutely. He's too good to have a kind of
Fun.
yes, and I think that's but. And he's the guy who's in the position to have the most fun, you might argue. So there's a little problem with that. So I guess if he could be Tony Stark in Captain America's body, that's okay. How about you, Paul?
Thor, Doctor Strange, or Scarlet Witch? I got to narrow it down. Because they're
Doctor
all
Strange?
wildly overpowered. Or Captain Marvel, for that matter. Those four are so wildly overpowered compared to everybody else. Doctor Strange can just do this shit, and then suddenly magic happens. Scarlet Witch can think things into existence, right?
Yeah,
Captain Marvel can fly through the side of Thanos' ship and destroy the whole thing. She's just unbreakable. Maybe
you know what?
That's the win.
Of those, I'd probably go with Thor. I would actually say
Thor's is fantastic and fun.
Thor's just
It's
cool.
a god. It's
Like,
a
he's
god
cool.
as well.
And he's Australian, so you know.
Whereas you're settling on being, a billionaire with all the Playboy advantages that you can have and a lot of tech.
You know what? I think it is Tony Stark because I just didn't agree with him. I just agree with him. I know I'm gonna die and shit, but like, yeah. I think
I'm not sure you have to accept their fate. But which Avenger would you choose to be and make?
But I
your
mean,
own?
like, if you chose someone immortal like Thor, you don't die, right?
Exactly.
So I get it. I get that. But then, let's just have a good time while we're here.
He's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time.
Just saying.
All right, Nicole Presley's the next one, Wayne. The first of those questions there.
What is your favorite conspiracy theory? You don't
Have to believe.
have to believe it. My favorite conspiracy theory is the flat Earth theory. No, I say it's not I don't believe it at all.
Oh, good. Thank
But
fuck.
anyone who actually believes, I'm going to piss off here. Fuck it. Anyone who actually believes we have a flat Earth is just having problems that they haven't
You don't
come
need
to
to listen
terms
to the
with.
show anymore. It's okay.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's just there's just no way, fuckers. Okay, but the people who actually defend it, it is brutal.
Australia
There's-
doesn't exist.
People make like videos like and they're like, this is why it's actually a dome and remember I'm like, no, it isn't. But it intrigues me very much that there are people who genuinely believe it. And I believe that they are just contrarians that have gone too far.
Right. Mine would be that 9/11 was an inside job. It was organised by the American government. Because there's enough there to make you go, really?
Totally was, bro. I mean, have you seen 9/11 in plain sight? It's just too many questions.
Well, we've just opened a
many
can of worms
questions.
here on this particular show.
I don't know. No, dude, come on, man. Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? Oh,
Oh, we have a light change colour.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what happened here, but we just got like this. You're wondering if
Now we're
the
going
background
yellow.
is- Yeah, so I'm going to like turn it back to me. Ooh, now we're going pink.
Hey,
no, it's light. It's
now
light
we're
now.
green.
Now it's green.
This is
That's
unscripted
making us
shenanigans.
Weird, okay, I'm just going to go back to blue for a second because people are used to it. And now we
Still look-
weird. Are we okay? Well, yeah, a little JRU. Okay, I don't know.
This is what happens. We can't edit anything.
Yeah, we can't.
Well,
This
we
is how
could,
it
it'd
happens.
just
I'm
be
sorry,
weird.
everyone.
Whoa, what is that? But no, this is better if we just do it organically that way. So yeah, that's my favourite conspiracy theory. I actually, unlike Wayne, believe it is a conspiracy theory.
No, I do. Sorry. Do you believe in the conspiracy? Oh, you think it's bollocks?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, God, let's do a whole show about that.
Okay, good.
Top 10 movie conspiracy theories that we don't or do agree with. I don't know. We'll work it out.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, talking to the microphone.
Sorry.
All right. Adam Allure is the next one off the bat. What is both your guys' favourite genre of music? Oh, and favourite bands of said genre. Well, this is a great question. Thank you,
Great
Adam.
question. Go ahead. Mine's the funny answer and the one you make fun
Mine's
of.
alternative rock. Alternative rock kind of. So my favourite bands are Faith No More and Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, that kind of thing. And more recently, although it's blending back towards more mainstream, probably Muse is my favourite band. So yeah, that kind of a lot of guitar, a lot of yelling lyrics and the like. That's my jam. Whereas Wayne, very different.
Well, Paul used to. What's that song that Rage Against the Machine song?
For fuck.
For fuck, yeah. I used to
it's
say,
Killing
it's
the
that song.
Name
For
of.
fuck, for fuck, for
Killing
fuck,
the
for
Name.
fuck, for fuck, for Yeah, it's shitty.
Yep.
So,
It's not shitty. It's a fantastic song. Great song.
I can't really talk because my favorite artist is John Mayer. And that would mean that my favorite genre is adult contemporary. But on some occasions,
Oh, the
rock.
shame when you put it that
On
way.
some occasions, like 70s rock. That kind of, it sounds a bit like that. So, I've dealt with this my whole life. I used to like boy bands at one stage. I still really like
There we
them.
go.
Yeah.
God
God damn it, it changed again. I don't know what's going on with this thing. I'm sorry. It's a new tech for us, everyone.
What?
You
This
like
thing
that
is
one?
changing.
No, I'm sure that's more. Is it?
I think it might be.
I don't mind the effect.
Who cares?
Anyway.
You know that this is not our normal colouring.
No.
Julio from the Contrarians podcast. I'm not going to say his full name because last time he laughed at me when I tried to do it.
I'll do it.
Go on.
Julio Oliveira Mendoza. Mendoza!
Mendoza!
All right.
From the Contrarians podcast,
Yes.
said, I want to hear about the most brutal fist fight each of you has ever been in. Jeez. Mine's really pathetic, so I'll go first.
Oh, you go.
My most brutal fist fight would have been against the school bully in year 7. So
This is big.
12 years old. I just lost my rag with him after he took me one step too far, and swung a whole bunch of punches, connected a couple, didn't knock him down, but knocked him back a few steps, and then he turned around and beat the living shit out of me.
Yeah, getting beat up
Frank
is
Durham, if you're watching this, thanks, mate. That was a good lesson to learn in life.
Okay, I got one. It's more funny according to the bystanders than it is brutal. However, I did do some double dragon moves in it. Back in the day. Yeah.
Knee?
Yeah, it was the knee. Okay, here's what happened, right? So we're in high school, right? And we're in like one of the corridors in the, I believe, year 10 block. And Daniel Oxenbury is doing some shit, and I can't remember. He's scrapping with someone, and I had my lever arch folder, something similar to what you Americans would call a trapper keeper, about here. And
I know what you're talking about
it's
now.
like a file folder, like an evil, anyway. And I had it, and I said some shit to him. I was like, yo, dude, cut it out, right? And he's in a tussle. He swings around and goes, and just punches like midsection, but hits my folder, and so it doesn't hurt me at all, right? So I went, fuck it, and threw, I was like a child, all right? Threw the folder and got into the scrap. So now, as I recall, there was 2 punches that I landed, then he landed 1 punch, but then his second punch somehow I accidentally intercepted, wrapped him up, grabbed his head, and was like, boom, boom, boom. All right. Now here's the thing. That looks like Bill saw it and he said that looked like a root. That looked ridiculous. All right? And I think he actually didn't hurt him at all because he was restraining. So I was just kind of like, if that's your nose, I'm just kind of doing that. But it looked cool at the time to me, and that was the most brutal one. I haven't had a fight since high school.
As an adult, yeah.
Because we're adults.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there you are.
We solve our arguments by screaming at people
That's right. With words
through a car window.
or a podcast.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there we go.
There you
All right. Kath Guard said, what's your signature dish, Wayne? Or both of us, inspired by the steak sauce segment, which we did recently for the patrons.
right. So if it's dishes that I'm cooking, I don't know how to cook.
No,
so
neither do I.
However, I will say that I recently made a cottage pie with cauliflower instead of potato mash, and it was outstanding. But my favorite dish at restaurants is spaghetti marinara. I gotta try it every Italian place I go. It is not highbrow. Paul?
Yeah, you've jumped on to the next question there a little bit. What's my signature dish? If we're making, I'm like Wayne, I'm not a chef. I don't cook very well.
Nachos.
Nachos, absolutely. I make a variation of nachos, which I think go down pretty well wherever they get made. It's evolved over the years.
Mate, the chicks love it.
They don't. So, then on to Brad from the Cinema Guys. He said, what's the best food dish you've ever eaten? And on the opposite, the worst. Now, this one I have to think about. Jeez.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll vamp for you by answering this question. What's the opposite? What's the worst food?
Best food dish and the worst food dish.
The best food
Sneakily
dish.
snuck in 2 questions here in the one. Well done, Brad.
Clever one. Okay, here's my favorite cheat meal, everyone. It is fish and chips. If you get a good fish and chips,
Best food? Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, I could fucking blow some beans actually just eating that shit because it's like, well, not really.
Well, don't.
I won't. But because it's so decadent and literally my ass gets big immediately, like I'll go, oh, that's good. But it's so good, man. And I'll use ketchup and tartar on that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? It's when just everything's gone to hell and it's like, well, screw it. No one loves me. The worst thing is coriander, olives, and bean sprouts. I hate all that shit.
They're foods you hate. They're not the dishes.
Fine. Any all right.
Quick, think of one that has coriander, bean sprouts, and whatever else you said.
Almost every Middle Eastern dish because they use turmeric, which I hate.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you are. Paul?
All right. For me, the best I've had. Oh, this is difficult. Really difficult. I don't know. Back at there was a place called the Witch's Cauldron back in the day.
Back in Subi,
Used to do following on for the steak sauces segment. Used to do a steak with béarnaise sauce, which if you got the right chef on the right night was just to die for. Kind of melt in your mouth, amazing.
Mm-hmm. Good, yeah.
But I would say the Theo and Co. deep pizza
that
was
pizza was
pretty
good, man.
fucking amazing.
There are 3 different types of cheeses, and not dissimilar. Oh no, you ate it. It was good.
You could only order it in. You can get takeaway pizza in this place, but they wouldn't let you take this one away. You had to eat it in the restaurant.
It's a little like your Chicago deep dish Americans, but not quite. So
and worst, I don't know. You've had everyone's had lots of bad dishes. I can't remember one that stood out so badly that it was so awful. Back in the days, I used to eat again more steak. I probably had steak that was way undercooked and blood came out of it.
Paul's best and worst is good steak and bad steak.
I know. It's ridiculous.
That's cool.
I'm a simple man.
Not as simple as I, my friend.
Really am when it comes to the palate. All right. Look, there's a couple of questions here to people who have doubled up on. So, I should have mentioned Adam Malure. His favourite was he loves emo/punk rock. Before when he asked about his favourite, he says, "Do you believe in aliens?" Remember, Cade from the Believe podcast may be watching.
Yes, I absolutely believe in aliens, and I don't. As to whether they visited us or not, probably. But yeah, it seems unlikely if the universe is as big as we think it is that there's no one else. There you are, me and Elon. Yeah,
exactly my answer. Except I'm not sure that aliens bother coming down to secretly hide from us to keep experimenting and doing all the rest of it on us. The universe is big enough. There has to be other intelligent life out there. Do they bother, because it is so big, do they bother to come to our little speck?
I do. Well, I think
in this universe,
I think humans are endlessly interesting. Like, we create wars among ourselves, and we elect one guy to rule everyone, and it's just weird shit. If you were another, you'd be like, what the fuck are they doing?
I'm willing to be wrong about this. If this whole thing at the moment where they are talking about releasing videos and whatever, and they're not unidentified flying objects, they're unidentified something or other UAPs or some shit. I can't remember. Like, if they end up concluding there is no other explanation. This must be other creatures. I'll believe that. Fine. But for the moment, until you present me with evidence, I don't believe without that.
I mean, I hear stories that like the Canadian government has actively said, no, we do know that they exist, and we are saying to you now they exist. So I don't know what the proof is on that, but they've actually said it.
But surely that's somewhere on the web for us to read if that is the case.
Oh, it is. You can look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go back up to the last couple of questions to wrap this Ask Us Anything up. Nicole Presley's second question. What sequel would you die to see that doesn't and won't exist? Would I die? That's extreme.
No, but like, who would I really want to see? What sequel do I want to see? Off the top of my head, one of my favorite movies is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I would like to see how that worked out.
Sure. All the major players are alive at the end, so why not?
Yeah, that's down.
Oh, shit.
It's got to be like some kind of...
I'd really like to see Indy 4.
I hear Harrison Ford hurt himself on the set.
Oh, shock horror.
I know, he's 100.
Yeah.
I'd hurt myself too. I hurt myself when I was this age. So there you are.
This wouldn't work because of the way the film ends, but the one that comes instantly to mind, like, I'd like to see another film in the universe about Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. And of course. Probably couldn't be the same thing given the end of that film, but his character heading into another genre would be really fun.
Nice.
Something like that.
The man from Uncle, all the characters at the end are fine.
Except the man from Auntie.
Sorry.
The woman from Auntie.
No, in the sequel, Armie Hammer cannibalizes everyone.
Yeah. He might be cancelled, Armie. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. Hey, what are you going to do?
All right. Jeff Hartley's second question is, if you could be any character in any movie you've ever seen, who would it be? Ooh.
Well,
I think, we did the Avengers one, right? So...
any character in any movie. My fallback is James Bond because I like him, but I would probably, and as we all know, I'm no James Bond.
Shout out to Wayne's mum.
My mother keeps saying that. You know, you're not really James Bond. You know. So, other than that, I don't want to be Batman because I don't want to witness my parents dying or getting killed. I do.
What character has a nice backstory? Is what you're asking?
Yeah. Who had the best time? I think we're back to Tony Stark.
I think I'm back onto gods.
Gods!
I'll just be God.
Shit.
In whatever movie that God exists in.
Oh, see, you had to go trump that shit. Okay, well, in that case, I'll be Captain Marvel.
Which is my answer before. But
yeah, I know. Sorry, everyone.
All right, is there anything else? Have we covered them all, or is that the last of them? You've got the mouse there?
Yes, all right. Let's have a look. No, I think we nailed them.
Yep, that's it.
That's that. Okay, yes. So
that is it.
Thank you are.
so much for all of your questions today. We hope you've enjoyed this Ask Us Anything for June. We'll do this once a month or so, as long as it remains interesting or popular for people to check out. Although eventually, I guess we'll run out of questions. So
Well, we'll come up with something. If you if you'd like to support the show, go ahead and follow along on the links down the bottom there. There's Patreon. There's the normal show.
oh, we have to say this right. Hit subscribe.
Oh, hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe.
And that bell, smash that bell, so the next time we do one, it comes up and shit.
Yep.
And please do that. And also, buy some merch if you're interested. We have interesting T-shirts and whatnot, also down there in the link. So,
those ones are distant seconds to just hit subscribe.
yeah, just hit a bunch of subs. Just
You missed
subscribe.
nothing.
It's fine.
know.
Just thank you
And
very
if
much.
we had
for
a
listening.
graphic that came up here that said subscribe, that would be amazing.
If I was better at video editing, we might.
All right, thanks so much for joining us for this second Ask Us Anything. We will catch you on the next one. Cheers.
See you guys.